Alright. What is going on, everybody? Kamusta kayo lahat mula sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, or wherever the heck you are on the planet? This is your one and only JOAT, the place to be for any niche, every genre, and all generations. Who is your master of ceremony?
D to the E to the LRO.
AKA,
AKA JDR.
AKA,
The extraordinary introvert. Yay!
yes, what is going on? Oh, I just
Sorry,
said
hindi
that.
ako magaling.
Okay lang, pero yeah, what's up guys? Little role reversal right there, pero okay lang. Our guest naman agreed, to do that, but by audience participation pa rin. So, guys, before we start, I hope you are all enjoying this long weekend. So, una sa lahat, Gong Hei Fat Choi, Happy Chinese New Year to everyone, most especially to our Chinese friends who are tuning in. So, hopefully, may the Lunar New Year of 2021 bring you much more luck than the past year. So, hopefully, 2021, or at least the Chinese New Year of 2021, is a lot luckier than that year. We won't talk about that year anymore. But yeah, hopefully y'all are enjoying the long Chinese New Year weekend. But it's a special weekend because it's not only Chinese New Year, it's also Valentine's Day. Well, as of this recording, it's Valentine's Eve. So, sa mga may date dyan, mag-CLS na kayo. You can scroll down. No, I'm just kidding. Regardless of your status, whether you're single, whether you're engaged, whether you're in the middle of a relationship, everyone is welcome to hop on the show. And I highly encourage everyone to hang out with us tonight because bago kayo makipagdalaw, sa mga jowa nyo or sa mga single dyan, before you guys go simping tomorrow sa mga crush nyo, tune in muna tayo dito. Because our guest and I over here will give you all some tips, tricks, but most importantly, some pickup lines that y'all can pick up in the form of some poetry. And yes, it is a powerful love language, even though it is a 13th to 14th century invention, it is still relevant to folks like us who are in the 21st century. So I'm sure ang corny na ng intro ko, but with that out the way, let's give it up for this master poet and one of the Philippines' rising authors. So she is known for her body of work, Mid-September Letters, and I was lucky enough to meet her. I was blessed to have an autograph during the Philippine Readers and Writers Festival back in 2019. So I'm sure she will tell us more about herself later on. So with that out of the way, let's give it up for Miss Soyen Enconado, also known as Soyen Writes, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Hello,
what's
everyone.
up?
So, ayun, I don't know what to say. Medyo shy type kasi ako, so introvert din ako, same din with you. So, sorry kung medyo awkward yung mga yung mga sinasabi ko or yung way na
Okay lang.
ang hirap maging ang hirap face ng public, especially kung kung hindi ka sanay. So, ayun. Pero I'm really happy to be here, and a good opportunity din siya to overcome my kakapost ko nga lang ng overcome your demons eh. So yung last post ko about overcoming your demons, so eto na, ginagawa ko na yung overcoming your demons thing.
Definitely.
Okay.
Sakto. Sobrang tamang-tama. And it's totally fine because I've been there. Yung tipong I have to face, my demons. I'm not the best public speaker. Like, ako din yun, girl. So, okay lang yan. Relate tayo dyan.
Oo. Ano siya, kasi it comes with yung having a public page then of writing. So, ayun. Sa lahat ng mga nanonood, if meron man, please be patient with us. Ayun. Pero yun, thank you for joining us here then.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
mag-share ba ako tungkol sa sarili ko and yung page ko?
Yes,
Or
go ahead.
ganun?
Go ahead. The floor is yours now. Masyado na
So,
nakadaldal
hi
so
everyone.
ikaw naman.
Hi everyone. So, ako pala si Soyen Enconado. Ako yung author behind the Soyen Rights page. So, it started way back a few years ago. Nag-start siya because actually medyo tragic yung start niya kasi I started this page because yung aunt ko, yung very close to me, she died of cancer. Tapos close ko siya, and then I was there when she died. Tapos yun. Yun nga, when you see that up close like that, parang syempre it changes you inside. So since nakita ko yun, parang ewan ko kung ano nangyari. Basta sabi ko, parang naisip ko na life is so short and kailangan natin gawin yung mga bagay na gusto natin gawin. Like, we have to achieve everything and we have to live life to the fullest. Para yung kapag nandun na tayo sa death natin, wala tayong regrets. So, ayun. So, I started a page sa Instagram siya for sa simula. Ano lang siya, super anonymous yung ginawa ko. Tapos may mga posts lang doon about I don't know, parang diary type siya eh. So, parang may journal and then I write stuff. Tapos, handwritten siya. Tapos, isasign ko yung name. Tapos, ipopost ko sa Instagram. Tapos, yun. Tapos, anonymous yun. Kaso, kasi nung tumagal na, nag-gain ako ng around 1K na followers.
Wow.
Tapos, nape-plagiarize na. Oo, medyo, hindi ko nga in-expect na mag-blow up siya ng ganun eh. Para I was just doing it for myself. Tapos, ayun, nakarelate yung mga people doon. Tapos, ayun, nag-blow up siya, nag-1K yung starting niya. Tapos, na-plagiarize. Kasi nga, hindi siya signed. So, ayun. So, after nun, nilagay ko na yung name ko doon. Tapos, yun na. Hindi naman kasi siya na-plagiarize because, I think unintentional yun. Hindi ko lang talaga na-signan yung name. So, hindi nila malink back dun sa profile ko. Pero since, nag-sign na ako ng name ko doon, nalilink back na nila. So, ayun. So, yun yung start nung page.
Nice. Good stuff. Wow, guys. Grabe, no? Like, such an inspiring sharing. Obviously, condolences to you. And also, thank you for starting that Soyen page. You know, I actually went over that page myself after I met you nung PRWF. And grabe, sobrang daming proses, sobrang daming punchlines, and yeah, it's really a testament of how great you are as a writer. And yeah, really good stuff. And I look forward to talking about it more with you later on. And actually, guys, before we do continue, before I started this podcast, technically writer din ako eh. Like that was also my original roots. So the very reason why I went to that event last August of 2019 was because I was starting out a WordPress blog, and I wanted to like learn more from these writers. So I'm not sure kung naalala mo sa yan, but I think yung PRWF that featured you, that featured Neil Jed Castro, and that also featured Jonah San Diego. So she's obviously blowing up now because of her influencer reach and all that. But yeah, I mean, di ko kakalimutan yun kasi that really just deepened my love for writing. And even though now I've leveled, or not leveled up, but I've transitioned to the podcast medium. I'll never forget my writing roots to this day. So I guess we can segue to that. So yung PRWF, you're with some of the most influential writers. Sila yung tipong ang daming likes, follows, and all that. So ano yung atmosphere, What was it like for you to be surrounded with a couple of very talented writers? You yourself included, of course. But how is that feeling like for you? To be sitting side by side with Miss Jonah and Sir Neil, like in the big stage.
Nung umpisa, medyo very nervous, syempre, kasi nga, I didn't think I belonged there. Ayun, because I was just doing it for for fun. So, hindi ko naisip na like, para kasing nangyari lang siya out of fate. Ayun, so, pero yun nga, I don't think na it's something that I did. I think it's something na came through me. So parang yung nangyari, para na-inspire ako into doing something. Pero parang feeling ko hindi naman talaga ako yung gumagawa nun. Parang it's just something that came through me. Ayun. So yun yung feeling niya. So medyo nung nandun ako, like, isip ko, anong sabihin ko, what do I say, what do I tell everyone. Kasi may mga questions dun, di ba? Tapos you have to answer it based on your experience, ganun. Ayun, tapos ang daming tao. Oh my God, sobrang scary. Pero ayun, sobrang scary niya. Pero yun nga, since I was just true to myself and my experience then. So, I guess, ayun, parang authentic naman yung mga sinagot ko doon. So, ayun. Pero
Yeah.
it didn't feel like it came through me. Parang it didn't feel like galing talaga sa akin. Parang it came through me lang. Parang something na light na whatever. Tas, ayun. So, parang naging lang ako. Parang na-inspire lang. Tas parang hindi siya action. Parang hindi siya effort eh. Parang siya, more on inspired action. Yun.
Yeah. Totally gets.
Tas parang feeling ko walang effort. Paano ko mag-explain? Sorry.
Pero no, like, gets ko naman where you're coming from. Pero yeah, it was amazing talaga. And I actually took notes talaga. Like, kasi I wanted to like know how exactly to be an effective writer, how to like get to know your audience. And I think I have some of your tidbits. Like, I remember Vinidyan Kata and the other writers. Because gusto ko talaga balaman. I really wanted to learn like the different pointers to be aware of when you're writing content or just creating content, I guess. I guess your event or that particular event by National Bookstore, hindi lang siya applicable for writers, but if anything, it can even extend to the content creators kasi, you have audience engagement, you have algorithm and stuff. So all those skills and just the overall skill set, like you need that in any field that you're taking up. So again, major shout out to you for giving really great answers. Even though di ko na maalala, but I'm sure I'll go over it again after this episode. Alam ko na
actually ako rin hindi ko na rin maalala yung mga nasagot ko eh. Para in the moment lang siya, yung present moment awareness lang siya. So when I try to go back to memory, parang hindi ko na siya maalala. Ayun.
Yeah, it's crazy how time flies. Like, you'd think na August 2019 is like a year and a half ago, but sa dami na nangyari ngayon, it feels like an eternity na. But like I said, very fortunate to have encountered you and the other writers. And buti na rin on my end na inisize ako kayo because obviously si Jonah, siya yung pinaka, like, let's admit, like, she was the main focal point, or she was like the center of attention for that for that event kasi like ang dami niyang fans and all that. Pero me personally,
Oo, sobra.
I don't play favorites like I really want to get to know each and every single writer out there. So right after I went to Jonah, got her signature and all of that, like hinanap ko talaga kayo. So I found Neil and obviously I found you, so fortunately, and I got each of your signatures, so I still have them in my room and di ko talaga makakalimutan yan. So it's really great stuff right there.
Yeah, ako rin. Sobrang memorable. Sobrang memorable din. Pero hindi ko na maalala yung mga sinagot ko.
Yeah, okay lang yan. Like, we all have short-term memory nowadays. It's fine. So now that we're done taking a trip down memory lane, I guess let's go further. But I guess what I want to ask kasi is, what got you into writing? Like, obviously, sa school, you're required to read, you're required to write. You know, you have English language lessons, and then, of course, sa high school, you have to write essays. And obviously, college, you have your application essay. And then, sa mga subjects mo, palaging may essay portion sa long tests and all that. But I guess for you, what made writing so endearing? What made it so great na you wanted to pursue this, whether it was like full-time work or just a passion project in this case? What got you so hooked into writing? Or I guess in the spirit of Valentine's, what made you fall in love with writing?
I love writing kasi I love stories in general. So, since bata pa ako, ang hilig ko magbasa. A lot of stories. Like, yung sister ko, syempre, she's older than me, so she went to school earlier. Pero when she was going to school, I was reading with her. So, yung mga books niya sa school, especially yung mga may reading comprehension and yung, basta yung may mga reading stories, yung mga cat, cat, ganyan, dada. Mga children's stories lang din, syempre. We were just young then. Tapos yun, gusto ko pinabasa yun. Gusto ko yung may story. Ayun. So, tapos merong mga story na hindi ko gusto yung ending. Sabi ko, ang pangit naman na ending. Tapos yun, binabago ko yung ending. So, I was writing another ending for a story in particular. Tapos yun, that got me started in writing. Also, I love poetry. Lalo na yung may rhyme before, yung rhyming na poetry. It's like music, ewan ko. Ang ganda niya, it's beautiful. Tapos ayun, so mahilig ako mag-rhyme. Ayun, yun. So, stories and poetry in general.
Nice. Kasi ako naman, I love poetry. And to take it one step further, I love rap. I really love rap music, and if you notice, if you notice,
nice.
Sa rap, palagi may rhyme sa end of the line, or sa any song in general, but most especially sa rap. So, I guess that's one thing we share in common. Like, I'm a huge fan of poetry and super duper grateful na it extended to the music scene. So, not just rap, but kahit ibang mga songs dyan, whether pop or even K-pop and all that, palagi may rhyme. So I guess we can thank poetry for that.
Yeah. Oo. Also yung mga, I don't know, ang ganda kasi pag may pag may count. Tapos basta ang ganda niya pakinggan. So ayun. So it got me hooked na I entered contests. I was writing in my journal. Tas ayun, dami. So dami kong na-experience with writing.
Okay, that's nice. That's great. And I guess it's also good to ask you some of your favorite poets. So besides William Shakespeare, di count to si Shakespeare. No, just kidding. But yeah, besides Shakespeare, sino-sino yung mga paborito mong poems or poets rather. They can be as old as from the 1500s or they can be as modern as this new female poet. I'm not sure if you know her. Si Amanda Gorman. I'm not sure, but she went viral kasi for her poet sa White House. Not sure if you forgot her name na, but
No.
she was the viral poet. But yeah, basically, who are some of your favorite poets, whether old era, new era, whenever or wherever?
Hindi ko kasi maalala yung ibang names nila ng poets. Pero there was a time in my life na I think college ata. I had a Tumblr. Alam mo ba yung Tumblr? Parang website siya ng puro poetry and art. Tapos you put your art there. Tapos may mga fina-follow ako doon ng mga poets. Tapos sobrang galing nila. Tapos kahit na hindi nag-rhyme yung mga poetry nila.
Yeah.
So I was following this one person in particular. Sobrang yung name niya Clavicola. Tapos hindi ko alam yung actual, I think Shinji Moon ata yung actual name niya. Yan. Or pen name, whatever. Tapos sobrang ganda ng mga works niya na hindi siya nag-rhyme pero sobrang poetic. Ayun. So, actually, nag-stop ako mag-write around high school time kasi, I don't know, stressful. Tsaka college.
Yeah.
Tapos, when I started having a Tumblr, I fell in love all over again. So, yung Tumblr na yun helped me fall in love all over again with poetry.
Yeah.
Tapos yun, I started writing a lot, pero hindi ko siya ni-share kasi nga sobrang personal na nung iba. Tapos yung iba naman parang, I don't know, ang pangit. Ayun, tapos, ayun nga, nag-start lang ako mag-share ulit when my aunt passed away. So, yun. Pero, ayun. That girl. that page. I don't know if she's still writing. I think she's still writing. Yung book niya ngayon is Anatomy of Being. Hindi ko alam kung meron pa siyang other books aside from that.
Yeah.
Pero I really love her works. Hers in particular kasi ang ganda.
Nice. Good stuff. Yeah. You should share it, I guess later, lagay mo sa chat para some of our listeners can check out some of her works and amazing pieces. So I'm sure we would all like to check out some of the authors, some of the writers that shaped you, that molded you into the poet that you are today. But yeah, those are good names right there, and I look forward to checking them out during my spare time. So, I guess for me, although unfamiliar ako sa poetry, like per se, but I guess you can count rappers as poets, but I guess...
yes, pwede.
I'm sure you know Lin-Manuel Miranda from the Hamilton musical.
Yeah, Hamilton.
Yeah. Di ako ma-project masyado, but I actually like some of his delivery. Super ramdam ko talaga yung passion niya kahit he's portraying like not a fictional character but a historical figure, pero sobrang damang-dama yung delivery niya every time he performs it on the stage. So yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda, like very solid poet. I guess Maya Angelou is another name that comes to mind.
Yeah. I've heard of her too.
Very popular.
Si E.E. Cummings din. E.E. Cummings.
Yes, also a very popular name as well.
Wait. I have a name. Pablo Neruda. Sobrang
parang,
ganda ng mga poems niya.
parang narinig ko yun dati. Nice,
Oo.
nice. And yeah, for me naman, well yeah, I already gave my names, but yeah, yun nga, that one viral female poet, like, a couple of weeks ago, si Amanda Gorman, you should check her out, because she was the one who gave the speech sa inauguration ni Joe Biden. Like, she gave like a spoken word poet na super captivating and super inspiring. So yeah, you should check her out. Si Amanda Gorman. Of course, you have Shakespeare, because you know, who doesn't love Shakespeare?
Oo.
Kasi yung problema
Yeah,
lang,
si Shakespeare.
yung problema lang sa kanya, super highfalutin yung mga words niya. So, super, nosebleed
Oo
talaga
nga.
ako when I read Romeo and Juliet or Macbeth or any of his works.
Pero yung poetry niya, maganda din. When you try to, hindi na, kasi ngayon na hindi na ako nag-rhyme eh. Pero nung rhyming, nung nag-rhyme pa ako, favorite ko siya. And also si Edgar Allan Poe. Ganda kasi nung mga rhymes ni Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
Ayun.
Of
So,
course.
sila.
We can't also forget our local roots. So, my favorite Filipino poet is none other than Dr. Jose Rizal. How can we not mention his name? The one and only Jose Rizal.
Syempre.
Of course, Lolly and Philly and all his other poets. Siya yung master hugot.
Yeah.
Siya talaga yung may hugot sa lahat sa atin eh. Like, he had
Actually,
punchline or
Oo.
punchline. Do you agree?
Before, yeah, I agree. Marami na rin tayong Filipino poets here. I'm not sure kung naka-attend ka na ng mga poetry reading na events here or before ng COVID. May mga independent lang sila na
Yes.
writers. Tapos, ayun. So, they perform their, I think meron ako. Si Miguel, I attended his, event. Miguel Sanelina ata yun. Sobrang emotional and basta nakakaiyak yung performance niya.
Really?
He wrote like a long poem, tapos pinorform niya, tapos basta may sobrang emotional no poem niya. Sana na-videohan ko, hindi ko na-videohan eh. Pero
Sayang.
pero pwede nyo namang i-visit yung page niya. So, ang galing. Siya, sobrang galing. Sobrang galing nung spoken word niya. Parang kasi parang actor din na yung dating. So, may kasamang acting din doon.
Yeah.
Sobrang ganda.
Oh yeah. Good stuff right there. Sobrang ang ganda ng description mo with this local poet. Ako naman, there's this one female poet that I have to mention, and hopefully she can also come to our show one of these days. I'm sure you know her. Hopefully you do. So I'm sure Ruby Ibarra comes to mind. Actually, she's a rapper originally, but she also does spoken poetry. So she's actually from the Bay area, although taga-Tacloban siya. But grabe, like her punchlines, her bars, her proses, sobrang lakas. And I was fortunate enough to check her out back in 2017, I think. So she had a tour here sa Makati. Yes, way before all this happened. But yeah, nag-tour siya dito to promote her first album. But besides rapping, of course, like she does a lot of spoken word on the side, and I think that's how she got her big break. And I'm sure some of our listeners here, like, we know our Filipino music. So yeah, Ruby Ibarra is definitely one of my favorite poets, whether spoken word or rap in general. Like, her writing skill is just second to none. And hopefully, one of these days, we can have her as well on the podcast. But yeah, those are just some of our favorite poets, old or new. So, pwede rin kayo makipitch in. So, if you wanna comment right now or after this recording, please do. Comment your favorite poets or your favorite pieces. And actually, we're gonna get to that. So, Miss Soyen, now that we've just finished going over your favorite poets that inspired you to pursue poetry, ano-ano naman yung mga paborito mong pyesa? Or just famous bodies of work, or not even famous, but like some of your favorite works from these poets, or maybe from some of those that you didn't mention earlier. Ano yung mga proses, free verses? I don't know what you call different types of poets, but yeah. Could you like share with us, some of your favorite works?
Search ko nga yan. I have this one poem in particular ni Pablo Neruda. Kaso hindi ko memorize eh. Pero ang ganda ng sonnet ata yun eh. Sonnet. Yeah. Ito nga yun. Sonnet 17. It's so beautiful. Ayan. Siguro yung favorite line ko lang from this poem kasi ang haba niya. I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you simply without problems or pride. I love you in this way because I don't know any other way of loving. Ayun.
Wow.
Ang ganda. So, it's titled Sonnet 17. So, ang ganda niya. Kasi I like that particular line in particular na I love you without knowing how or when or from where. Kasi I think that when you love, hindi ka you look past yung judgments mo against judgments mo of the person. So lahat naman tayo when we meet a person or when we see a person, we have judgments, di ba?
Yeah,
so like first impressions, and we judge their identity, kung saan sila, kung ano yung family nila, kung saan sila pinanganak, or how they look like, how they act, yung personality nila, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero when we love, parang nagtatranscend tayo, tinatranscend natin yung judgments natin about this person. So I think that's true love, yung you see the person, judge them, and then you transcend yung judgment na binigay mo sa kanila, or yung mental pattern na yung itatranscend mo yung judgment na yun. Or you go beyond yung judgment.
Yeah.
So ayun, so kaya gusto ko yung line niya na yun na I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you simply without problems or pride. So, ayun. So, wala kang, parang may judgment siya about the person, then na-transcend niya yung judgment na yun. Tapos yun, nagkaroon ng connectedness, or I'm not sure kung connectedness yung tawag dun. Kasi pag connectedness, you're a person, then the other person. So, may gap. So, may otherness. Pero when you love someone, parang may oneness, kumbaga.
Yeah.
may you and the person are one. So may oneness. Tas any judgments that you have of the person is transcended or go beyond. nag-go beyond ka na doon. So yun, kaya gusto ko yung poem niya na yun. That line in particular.
Yeah. Wow, ang lalim, grabe. Like, that was the first time I heard it, and like, wow, natamaan ako dun, ah. I wasn't ready for that.
Diba, sobrang ganda ng poetry. Kahit na hindi ako marunong magbasa or hindi ako nag-spoken word, diba, na portray ko pa rin ng yung tama yung kasi yung intention niya doon sa poem niya parang pure or true, kaya when I was reading it parang nag-translate siya directly. So actually yung poetry naman lang siya parang tool.
Yeah.
Tool? It's just a tool. Pero yung what makes a good poem? Paano mo naman nasasabi na a poem is good, di ba? Kasi wala naman yun sa
structure.
I think secondary lang yung words that you're using. Pero yung pinaka-important is your soul or yung heart na nilalagay mo dun sa sinusulat mo. So, kung may heart yung yung poem mo, kahit na secondary na lang yung words. Tas yung kung sino makakabasa nun, magigets nila and makaka-relate sila there or mag-resonate yun sa kanila. Ayun.
Yeah, that's so true. Like, as much as gusto natin yung mga highfalutin words, yung uniform structure ng poetry, at the end of the day, like, dapat may soul, dapat may passion, dapat pinag-isipan talaga kung anong gustong sabihin. Because if you just put random lines that rhyme, like, walang silbi yun. Like, sorry to break it to y'all, but it won't, I guess a nicer way of saying it is, it won't really hit hard to the readers. But if you put your time, if you really dedicate enough passion, enough soul, as Soyen mentioned kanina, like, if you dedicate all those stuff, regardless of the format, the structure, and all that, like, you will come up with a really nice poem that's gonna impress a lot of readers. And who knows? I mean, if you're a female poet, a lot of guys might like you. If you're a male poet, a lot of girls might like you. So this is the perfect segue, I guess, because it is a little bit special. This episode's a little bit special because we are recording on the eve of Valentine's, and this EP will come out either on Valentine's or a couple of days after. But you guys get the point. It's Valentine's season all around. So, Miss Soyen, like, how do you think, or do you think, first and foremost, sa dami ng love languages, like touch, even though I hate touch, yung mga feeling, whatever, ano na ba yung may ibang love languages? Basta you guys get the point, right? Like touch, affection, action, and all that. Where does writing come in the picture? Like, do you think writing is a solid love language that a lot of people can go for, especially now? Ngayon, this Valentine's is different from the rest because we can't really go out, and we can't. Well, for those who don't want to risk it, body na muna tayo makipagdalaw sa mga ka-date natin. But I don't know. What do you think about writing as a powerful love language? Do you buy it, or is it just all for show, as they say?
I think I stand with yung original na sinabi ko na writing is just a tool. So, it's just a tool. So, it can be any tool. Like, for example, music, or siguro, since Valentine's ngayon, like, material objects, gano'n.
Right.
It's just a tool to show someone that you love them. Pero it's not really, it's secondary, kumbaga. Ang pinaka-primary talaga is, yung presence mo. Or yung heart mo when you're expressing something, especially yung love. So, how do you define love ba? Kasi ngayon, I'm studying this way of living called, yun nga, it's a book called The Power of Now. So, yung Power of Now focuses on the present moment. Kasi nasa present moment is where you experience yung aliveness ng isang tao. So, a lot of us, meron tayong mga false identity, kumbaga. Tapos, we have our past, we have our childhood, we have our background, what we did, yung career natin, yung relationships natin with people. So, tapos, we take all those things and then we define it as who we are. So, nilalagay natin yung identity natin sa mga form things na yon. So, form siya kasi something na naiisip mo with the mind or whatever. Tapos, nakakalimutan natin who we really are. So, who are we really? Yung, we have an aliveness inside us. So, mapifeel natin yung aliveness na yun when we're still or when we're quiet or when we're silent. Tapos, mapifeel mo siya in our body. Parang soul, kumbaga, or light sa loob mo. Tapos, how do you love someone? You recognize that same light that you have inside you dun sa other person na yun. So, once na-recognize mo na yun in yourself, meaning hindi mo na nilalagay yung identity mo sa false identity, like your name, your mga mistakes mo in the past, gano'n. Hindi mo na nilalagay yung identity mo doon. Ma-recognize mo na yun in yourself, yung aliveness mo right now. Tapos, when you love someone, you recognize that same light. So, yung truth na na-recognize mo na in yourself, na-recognize mo sa ibang tao. So, that's when you love them. Kasi you go past yung false identity nila na nilalagay nila sa sarili nila or yung nilagay mo sa kanila. And then, ayun, so, na-recognize mo yung light nila. Regardless kung ano yung false identity na inano sa kanila ng society. So, I guess, you can show them through writing and through effort and pero kapag true yun within yourself, and then na-meet mo sila or nakasama mo sila just by being with them, mafe-feel nila yun. So, yun yung true na love language, I guess. Kasi it doesn't matter what tool you use as long as true yung yung how you love them. I guess yun yung love language na doesn't really matter kung ano yung na yun. Mafe-feel nila yun regardless.
Yeah, that's totally
Tapos
true.
Siya, it's different from the clinging sort of love. Yung clinging na so many people mistake love for attachment for love. So
that's so true.
Niya, you complete me. So I'm not complete without you.
Yeah.
I'm not complete without you. So it's a clinging kind of it's attachment actually kasi you need the other person, but that's not true. When you love someone, when you truly do love someone, walang desperation or walang clinging energy kumbaga.
Yeah.
Walang ganon. Walang suffering kasi ayun, kasi it's not, you don't need the person. You feel a oneness with them, parang ganon. So you don't need them to be anything different. You don't need them to change who they are.
Right.
Kumbaga,
right.
You become the space for them to be who they are. So anything they are, parang ikaw yung space doon. So ayun. So I guess yun yung sobrang sobrang philosophical ba naman? Sorry.
Wow.
Ganun, wala lang. I think
Wow.
secondary lang kasi talaga yun.
Yeah. Grabe, sobrang lalim, sobrang haba ng answer. But thank you very much for clarifying what love truly is. You absolutely nailed it right there. Because tama ka talaga when you say that people mistaken love as latching to somebody, being clingy over someone, yung tipong PDA type of stuff. Of course, that's part. And as you mentioned earlier, writing is a tool, a very useful one at that. But as with any other love languages, that's all they are. They're just languages, they're just extra devices you can use. But at the end of the day, tama ka nga when you said that the overall presence is what will matter the most when it's all said and done. And I guess yun yung pinakamahirap because as much as you want to be there for that person, what if he or she doesn't want to reciprocate it back? So I guess yun yung pinaka-challenge. And I also agree with your idea that love is not 50 plus 50 equals 100, It's a 1:1 type of thing. Sobrang tama yun. It's not you complete me, you're the other half. That's super, super duper not true. So, yeah, thank you, Ms. Soyen, for clarifying all that. Our generation needs to fix some definitions with regards to love. But, we'll slowly get there. Don't worry about it. I have hope for this generation. But yeah, instead of seeing love as you complete me type of mentality, dapat before you even jump into or before you fall into that plateau, you want to be 100% complete. And I'm not saying perfect. Being 100% complete is different from being 100% perfect because no one can be perfect. But you want to make sure before you show yourself to this guy that you love, this girl that you love, you're 100% raw, you're 100% complete, and that includes all your flaws, all your mistakes, and all that. Because kaya naman yan i-patch up during the actual relationship itself. And wow, see, look who's talking, someone na hindi masyado magaling sa pag-ibig. But those are just my few cents, I'm sure our guest over here has better insights because, of her writing background, maybe some experiences from the past. But yeah, basically, love is not a 50 plus 50 equals 100%. No way. Dapat, once you fall into that mountain or fall into that, how do you describe it? But yeah, basically, once you enter love, dapat kumpleto ka from your strengths, from your weaknesses, all that stuff. So yeah, that's basically my few cents on what love is all about. And yeah, on writing as a love language, but not the ultimate means to finding love. What do you think?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay ba? Or super tryhard ba ako sa mga inputs ko? Because wala talaga akong alam.
Hindi, it's okay. Kasi, yun nga, ang dami kasing tao na masyadong nilalagay yung identity nila with in their relationships. So, it's another form. It's not who you really are. Like, may mga tao na, who would I be kung wala akong relationship, di ba? That's not true. That's not who you really are. That's not who you are as a person. Or
Yeah.
It comes back to the original question na, who are you really? So, hindi ikaw tong, if you're not your name, you're not your history, you're not what you do, you're not your career, you're not your relationships.
Yes.
You're something na a presence. So presence mo, feel mo siya sa now eh. I can't really say I can't really say much about it kasi nga any sort of words nagpo-fall siya short kasi ito yung problema ko sa writing kasi when you try to express something na beyond words it falls short.
Right,
so yung
right.
words not really enough. So what you can do is you can point to that particular thing, in this case presence. So yung presence, how do I describe this really? Beyond words siya. So and presence, I don't want this to sound like religious or something kasi ayun. So presence is the presence of God. So parang I don't really use God na term kasi I have followers na hindi naman talaga Catholic or believers, but they can feel it kasi nga it's something that you feel in the moment when you're silent. It's an aliveness of the body.
Right.
It's a light inside you. Tapos when you feel this presence, when you're aware that you are aware, yung awareness mo or yung presence na you have inside you, yung mga relationships na yan come secondary.
Right.
So, hindi mo na nilalagay yung identity mo dun sa relationship mo. Because you know who you are. You know that you're alive. Tapos, when you know that, actually, when you're aware that you're aware, you're aware that you're alive. So, you're aware of your light. It's not your light because you don't own it. That's who you are. So if you're aware that you are light, and you know that you are light, the rest follows. So yung relationships, career, kasi may wala ka ng clinging energy, kumbaga. Wala ka ng clinging energy or yung bad energy na not enoughness. You don't feel that you're not enough. Kasi nga, you feel that you're enough na. So when you're with people, they also feel that coming from you, radiating from you. So it feels really good to be around you.
Yes.
Kumbaga, so hindi ka na yung heavy personality na, I'm such a, like, this world is bad. People are bad. I'm bad. I'm not enough. I'm not a good person. I'm not kasi you don't know that you are light. You don't know that you are light. So you put your identity on things na hindi naman na kahit na anong thing yon. Like for example, you have a car. It's my car. I find my identity in that car. Parang so when someone scratches that car, it's like a personal attack on me, on my person. So, yun yung mga things na in this world, material things or form things, that we put our identity on things na hindi talaga magiging enough kasi nga may immortality sila, parang madali silang masira or madaling they come and go, they die, gano'n. So, ayun, yung not enoughness na yun, nafe-feel mo when you put your identity on something. It could also be like, it doesn't have to be a thing. Could be any form of identity. Like for example, magaling ako magsulat. I'm a writer. I put my identity on being a writer. So paano na ngayon pag may mga writers na mas magaling sa akin? So parang, 'di ba? You can't be better than, so yung identity mo ngayon is put into something na hindi naman ikaw yung the best. So parang nandun pa rin yung not enoughness mo. But when you know who you are, who you really are, yun nga, yung light na yun na sinasabi ko, or presence, or yung presence of God inside you. Yung not enoughness na feeling, mawawala siya. So, pag nawala siya, wala ka na yung heavy burden person, heavy personality, and it's very, very when you're with people Kumbaga, they feel that. They will feel that. And it will be parang hindi nila ma-describe why it feels so good to be around you. Kasi, because you know who you are, you know you're the light, tapos, you know your light, tapos, ayun, so, mafe-feel nila yun within you, tapos, ayun, so, kumbaga, pag na-feel nila yun within you, mafe-feel din nila yun within themselves, kasi, how do you recognize light? Because you know that you are light. So, ma-recognize mo yung light inside you, then you recognize it on someone else. So, ayun. So, kumbaga, you recognize the truth that's already within yourself. So, when people are around you, they will also recognize that you are light. And they will also recognize that they are light. So, kumbaga, you recognize each other. So, ayun, parang unknowingly, hindi nila alam kasi hindi naman nila alam yung concept na yun eh. Pero, they can feel it within themselves. Tapos yun, you love them, they love you. Ayun. So, it's more of a feeling thing. Ang hirap na i-explain kasi you have to feel it for yourself. You have to feel your own aliveness within yourself.
Right.
And you can feel it when you're in the now, in the present moment. Yung present moment awareness. Bigyan ko na lang kayo ng steps para mas madali how you feel it. So, first one, kasi mahilig sa steps yung mga tao eh. Ano ba sinasabi nito ni Soyen na present? I mean, what she's saying? I mean, I don't understand her. Like, okay, sige, bigyan ko kayo ng steps. So, first is you have to be aware of your surroundings. This room, kunwari, we're aware of this room without judgment. So, without judgment, we don't judge this. Kunwari, may remote ako na ganito. Ang pangit naman na remote na to. May judgment agad ako about this remote. No judgment. So, you go beyond your judgment. You just look at it. Tapos, you feel the aliveness of this remote or this room or whatever. Wherever you are. Yun. So, awareness of your surroundings. Yun yung first step. Second step, awareness of your body. So, how can you be aware of your body? So, yung body kasi natin parang temple, kumbaga. It's a temple or parang a home for the sacred. So, it's how do you become aware of your body? For example, you hold your hand like this. Tapos without touching it or without looking at it, do you know that it's there? Do you feel its presence?
Lalim.
Have you tried it? Yung hand mo when it's there, nafe-feel mo ba yung presence ng hand mo even without touching it or looking at it? Can you?
Yeah. I guess
Can
what
you feel
you're
the energy?
I guess what you're talking about. I kind of get your concept.
Diba?
Sobrang
So
lalim
you feel
pero yeah.
your hand. You feel your hand that's there.
Yes.
Even if you don't touch it, you don't look at it. You know that it's there. You feel it. Diba?
Yes.
May parang sort of energy.
Mm.
Bakit hindi mo na-feel before? Kasi you weren't aware na pwede mong ma-feel yung body mo like that. Diba? Can you? Can you feel it?
Yes.
Yan. So we're going deeper in your presence. So you're aware of your hand, diba? Tapos, yung last part or yung pinaka important part, you're aware of the thing that's aware. You're aware of yourself. Kumbaga.
Oh, wow.
Self-awareness. Self-awareness. Yung awareness.
Doon pala galing.
So, yun yung presence.
Wow.
Oo. Yun yung presence. That's who you really are. Kasi yun yung light or yung energy inside you. Kumbaga. So, you realize who you are. Parang yung energy, your soul within. Na mafe-feel mo lang siya in the present moment.
Wow.
Okay? So,
Grabe.
pag naging aware ka na doon, everything becomes
Second
parang
nature.
nagiging alive.
Yeah.
Alive, oo. Kasi na-feel mo your own aliveness eh. So, you will recognize it outside then.
Right.
So, even the thing as simple as drinking water becomes more alive. Even when you're relating to people, it becomes more alive. Kasi nga, you feel it inside you, yung aliveness na yun. So, yun. When you love someone, and you feel that aliveness, mafe-feel mo din yung aliveness na yun sa kanya. And mafe-feel niya din yun, kasi na-feel mo din yun sa kanya. So, kumbaga,
It's a two-way street.
it's a two-way. You feel your God, the presence of God in you. You will feel it also, yung presence of God sa kanya. And then, mafe-feel niya rin yun. Kasi na-feel mo sa kanya. Diba?
Yes.
So, that's how you are present. That's how you become present. And love people.
Yeah.
Actually, when I'm explaining it right now, nagkaka-goosebumps ako because, I don't know, when I started practicing it, I mean, when I try to relate to people, and I feel that aliveness within me, wala na akong need to correct them or to, alam mo yun, to parang magyabang sa kanila or
Gets.
wala na akong need to, kasi it's a different kind of relating without words. Parang kahit na hindi kayo mag-usap,
Nandun na yung
when you
connection.
meet someone,
Yeah.
oo, nandun agad yung connection. Kaya nga nakakakilabot. So, ayun. It's harder with people though. Kasi,
For sure.
they have their walls. So, they have walls around them. Tapos, they put their identity on these things. So, may ego dun, kumbaga. So, they have their egos. Pero yun, so, mas maganda kung i-practice mo yung presence mo alone for a while. Practice feeling your body, practice feeling your surroundings, appreciating everything around you. Alone muna for a while.
Yeah.
And then go out. Meet people with that presence, with knowing who you are. Tapos I don't want to say na things will change, but it definitely will change. Kasi the way you relate with people, hindi mo na sila need. You don't fear them. Parang wala ka ng fear, wala ka ng need na kailangan sa kanila. Have you ever tried to relate with people na walang need or fear na kasama or walang desire, kumbaga?
Yeah.
Parang ang hirap Ang hirap.
There have been some
parang,
instances na hindi interested yung kabilang party, but thankfully I've had my fair share of people who
may need ka.
vibe with me the same way.
So parang may need ka, like you need to be in a relationship with this person. Parang may some kind of clinging need, gano'n.
Honestly,
pero
hindi masyado. I'm more about focusing on the self muna. Like, of course, the desire is always gonna be there, but yung thinking ko kasi dapat 100% po yung buka, like whether your presence or what you've been mentioning the whole time, yung mindfulness, yung awareness, and just yung overall overall vibes ko, like dapat 100% ako. like before hopping into one. But
Yeah,
you're
when
right.
you meet the
The
happiness.
desire naman will never go away. But yeah, dapat focus muna.
Yeah, the desire
Tayo.
will never.
Focus muna tayo sa sarili.
Syempre kasi ano tayo eh, yung we're in a world na ano na
Fast-paced, right?
Yun nga.
Like, dapat kagad may
fast-paced, tapos, Pero yun nga, when you make a connection with people, it's not really, parang when most people nowadays, when they meet people, wala masyadong connection.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, walang deeper connection kasi nga,
Right,
when you
right.
look at someone, yung ego lang or yung when they look at people, yung form lang yung nakita nila, hindi nila nakita yung light within. Kasi hindi din nila na-recognize yung light within sa sarili nila. So, before moving into a relationship, sana, you've done the work.
Yes.
You know who you are. Know thyself, kumbaga.
Exactly.
Know thyself.
Exactly.
Actually, you can't really know yun eh. Kasi it goes beyond mind din. Kaya nga, ang hirap niya i-explain by words. It's not something that hindi siya conceptual. Hindi siya, it can't be explained through words. Kasi it goes beyond words. Baga. Pero, when you feel that kind of aliveness sa sarili mo in your presence, for sure, ma-recognize yun ng iba. And it will be really, people will be drawn to you. Parang sila yung lalapit sa'yo.
Yes.
Hindi ikaw yung lalapit sa kanila. Parang sila yung, kasi nga it feels really good to be around you. Kasi you know who you are eh. So, it feels really good to be in your presence. Kasi walang walang resistance doon or
Right.
you're aware that you are aware. Okay. Sorry, ang philosophical na kasi when I talk about love talaga, ayoko yung maging superficial kind of love na may attachment or clinging na quality.
Right.
Gusto ko yung when we talk about love, yun nga yung true love talaga.
Yes. Wow. Like,
Ayun.
actually, I have a pahabol question, Like, nag-philo major ka ba? Like, are you a philo major or something? Kasi sobrang lalim ng mga insights mo. Like,
Actually, recently lang, nag-aaral ako ng philosophy ngayon. Ay, parang out of interest lang.
Yeah.
Ang mga gusto kong, like, religion, saka Zen Buddhism. Yun,
interesting.
pinag-aaralan ko yun ngayon. Zen, mahilig ako sa Zen. Kasi yung Zen is like, yun nga, practicing presence, moment to moment, awareness. So, loving, ang tawag nila sa awareness or yung presence is loving kindness.
Yeah.
So, parang, or loving awareness ata. So, aware ka. Kasi kapag identified ka with your mind or yung objects around you, parang dream-like state yun. Parang kang nananaginip. Tapos hindi ka talaga awake. Kaya sinasabi nila na hindi ka awake. Yun. Nasa mind mo lang ikaw. So, you're always in your mind. Na-try mo na ba na you're not in your mind? You stop thinking. Have you tried it?
Ang daming beses. I can relate to what you're saying. Sobrang na-blank out na talaga ako na ewan ko kung anong pinag-isipan
actually,
ko
mas maganda yun. Kasi your mind is a tool lang din. It's a tool that you can use. But it's not really who you are.
Right.
So, so many people right now are addicted to thinking.
Yes. Overthinking like
Thinking.
that's like the weakness of our generation. Like we tend to overthink too much.
Yes, sobra. Overthink, yes. Tapos yung sinasabi ni, may isang philosopher na nagsabi niya, I think, therefore I am.
Yeah.
I think, therefore I exist. Paano naman yung mga things na hindi nagte-think, diba?
Right.
Or yung things na go beyond your mind. Kasi hindi lang naman yung mind yung meron tayo eh. Meron tayong soul, meron tayong feeling quality. So, it's not the mind, really. It goes beyond the mind.
True.
So, ayun. So, I guess, masyado nang addicted yung mga tao sa thinking. Tapos, wala yung heart or yung soul behind that thinking. I mean,
Right.
and you don't need more intelligence, I guess. You need more wisdom. Wisdom is when may presence behind the thinking.
Yes.
Kumbaga, may heart behind the thinking. Kasi, when yung mga tao na you can make an atomic bomb, di ba? That's intelligence.
Yeah.
Pero walang presence doon. How do you say an art is art? How can you identify what's art and what's not art, di ba?
Yeah.
Because may presence nung ginagawa yung art na yun.
Yung artist, right?
Yung presence ng artist na nilagay
Yes.
niya. Yung presence na nilagay ng artist when he was creating that art.
That's true.
So, kung wala kang presence when you're creating something, it's not really art. Ayun. Tapos, and it can be a direct din. Yung art kasi is para indirect siya na may presence ka when you're writing something. So, you feel your aliveness when you're writing something. Tapos, meron din naman na just exist and you feel your aliveness. Tapos, ang mangyayari doon is your whole life turns into a work of art.
Yeah.
Kumbaga. Kasi yung presence mo is so strong. It's so strong na yung surroundings mo, pag change mo kasi yung within mo, it changes your without also. So, yung outside mo, mag-change din. Ayun. So, yun yung direct practice ng presence. Tapos, yung indirect is when you put presence in art or in a tool or painting, writing, gano'n. Yun yung pinag-practice ko ngayon, presence. I think you should try it, promise. I guarantee na mag-change yung life mo dun sa presence practice na yun.
Wow, grabe. Like, you'd think na a discussion on love would be, simple and all that, but guys, it just goes to show you na kahit super basic lang, or we think na super basic lang yung pag-ibig, there's so many things we have to learn, and that's why ang daming tao who kind of get the wrong impression, the wrong notion of love. And Miss Soyen right here was kind enough to give us much needed knowledge, philosophical values. Yeah, sobrang kitang-kita kung bakit siya isa sa mga napakagaling na manunulat dito. Like, her philosophical thoughts speak for themselves. So, yeah, crazy stuff. And it's okay, guys, ha? Like, kung medyo di kayo makafollow, like, it's totally fine. Like, philosophy in general is not easy. Like, it's not easy to follow, but the important thing is we go deeper than what face value wants us to see. And hopefully, with Valentine's, love is, super commercialized, it's become a capitalist type of thing now. But hopefully with Soyen's inputs, you guys will finally be more aware of what love is all about. And hopefully,
awareness.
Bukas, with Valentine's Day, just a couple of hours away as of right now. You guys share that present. You guys really be in the moment. Whether video chat, whether makipagdalaw kayo sa bahay or whatever. Sana the presence is there, and hopefully you guys enjoy tomorrow. And I guess before we do end, because grabe, like, sobrang haba nung episode na to, but for obvious reasons. No, okay lang. Like, it's a special occasion, so it calls for super in-depth episode like this. And so far, our internet's been cooperative. Like, wala masyadong stoppages, and thankfully, the internet cooperated. But before we do go, I want to keep Soyen's momentum after that super duper intense philosophical reflection on love. Since you're a poet and you're a part-time philosopher, I guess, could you please cap off our show with some good old poetry, whether original or not? Give us a few lines just to serenade our viewers, just to get those who want to pursue love, or try to just go flat out simping on their crushes, Maybe they could take a pickup line from you, a pickup line or two from you, just to end our show the best way we can.
Oh my God. Wait lang, hindi ako prepared. Pero sige, I'll read one from my book.
Yes.
Kasi nung sinulat ko tong book, hindi ko pa pina-follow yung way of living na ginagawa ko ng present moment living. So some of the poems here, hindi talaga siya aligned with that present way of thinking.
Yeah.
Siguro hanap na lang ako na in particular na aligned dun sa...
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Eto na lang.
Sure.
Ito yung una eh.
Sige. Let's mute the music for a while. Floor is now yours.
Okay. Sige, maiksi lang to. Ready?
Go lang.
Okay. I love you without words. I love you in the night when you're forsaking yourself. So if you feel alone, just close your eyes and remember my love when it was quiet and it was dark. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
Or this one, Task. Ito, sobrang famous nitong poem na to. I don't even
Really?
Oo. Sa page 88.
Mm-hmm.
So, some people become poetry. Some poetry become people. And out of all the poetry and people in the world, you were my favorite.
Ooh. Look at that.
Oh my God, so cheesy.
Yes, perfect choice. Okay. So, akala nyo si Soyen lang yung poet dito? I have bars of my own as well.
Yeah.
But although
Sige, go.
Soyen's is cheesy and all, this is a little bit sad because it's nakaka-relate ako, or this is based on real life-ish. So,
Nice.
here's how it goes. And I just thought of this
No
yesterday.
judgment, no judgment.
I thought of this yesterday lang. But sa mga makaka-relate dito, like, get your Kleenex ready. Get those tissues ready. Alright, ready? Alright. At 23, she loves you and he loves you back. At 23, I love her, but she can't even like me back.
Oh.
Ang sad, no?
Ang sad naman, no?
It's so
Unrequired.
But it's so true. Sobrang applicable.
Pero ang ganda, ang ganda.
And I just thought of it now, dog, because it pretty much summarizes my experience with love, Like, there are people my age na nahanap na yung the one. People my age who are getting married. And then you have people like me who's reached that age. Kahit yung like stage, di ko makamit. Which is sad, One-sided love is the worst,
okay.
Yeah,
it is.
I've been there before.
yeah, I think everyone din naman, or I'm not sure, may a few lucky ones. Pero, yun nga, yung advice ko nga dun is not to put your identity sa relationship. So, remember who you are.
Yes.
Know thyself.
That's true.
Your
that's true.
identity is not in the relationship. Okay. Pero relationship will follow when you know yourself, when you know who you are. Kasi, yun nga, you people, sila yung lalapit sa'yo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hindi na ikaw yung lalapit sa kanila.
Mhm.
Anyway, yung, before we end this, siguro, yung pinaka-advice ko lang is practice your presence talaga.
Mhm.
Practice your in the moment living. Kasi that's when you're into your true power. Kasi that's when you feel your light.
Yes.
Hindi yung light na something you own, but you as the light.
Oh yeah.
Yun.
And by the way, there's a part 2 pala of that poem. Like, while we're at it.
Baka
Pero
yun
no,
na yung part 2 na
because-
na love na siya na.
since you mentioned that, dapat happy ending, no? So,
Yeah, happy dapat.
the last 2 lines go, even though I failed so many times, I'll still find the one. In fact, she's there. But as of right now, I will continue to be happy because my life has just begun.
Ah, I like that one better.
Kamusta yung
Ang ganda nung last part,
kamusta yung poetry skills ko? Like, obviously, it's far from yours. Like, hindi ako makiling dyan. But
No, I felt the presence there.
nice.
I felt your presence there. So,
Mhm.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You should keep keep writing.
For sure. But yeah, that's gonna cap it off. So, with Valentine's Day around the corner, obviously, don't get your hopes up, kahit you're super invested with this person. Dapat handa ka rin to take the rejections like me. Just suck it up, take it like a man, take it like a woman. But also at the same time, don't despair. And I myself am guilty of this because I keep thinking with every rejection, like, oh my gosh, end of the world, or I don't know why the universe is so cruel to me. And I still get those. It's super difficult. I struggle with that all the time. But at the end of the day, like, since you mentioned God a lot, if anything, He's protecting you from potential heartbreak, and He's just reserving someone who's really meant for you. So I guess my Valentine's message for y'all is to just keep loving, but while love is not there for you, just continue focusing on yourself, do the stuff that you love, and sabi nga ni Soyen, like, really elicit positive energy. Like, kung wala kayong bagets sa sinabi niya, if there's one thing na dapat niyong maibulot, it is to just elicit positive energy, stay in the moment, practice 100% presence, and that dream girl, that dream guy will definitely be at your side, be at your doorstep before you know it. So, that's my advice sa mga single dyan. For those who are in the relationship, I don't even know why you're tuning in, why you even need advice. But I guess, tuloy nyo lang. But, if the waters start getting rough, ayusin nyo yan. Like, don't run away, don't hop on a different ship, don't jump ship. Ayusin nyo yan. Like, love is not meant to be perfect. There will be setbacks, whether you're experienced with it or whether you're new. Like, mag-aaway kayo, but hopefully, super minimal lang yun, and hopefully, should those fights become inevitable, sana ayusin nyo yun, because at the end of the day, those are just roadblocks, those are just obstacles, and the most important thing is you guys have each other, you guys figure it out. To have a...
You're present with each other.
Yes. Para the love is 100% worth it and 100% authentic. Alright? So, once again, Soyen, thank you very much for hopping onto the show. I really enjoyed your philosophical insights. Kahit half of the time, super na-blank out ako. But, no, that's really good stuff. Literally.
It's Okay, kahit na hindi nyo na-gets yung words din. Kasi it's beyond words. So,
For sure.
yung intention ko nandoon. So, yung presence ko nandoon when I'm saying it. So, you surely will feel that also.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
So, I guess before we do go, where can my followers, where can your fans find you for more philosophical tidbits, for more poetic verses? Where can they find you?
So, I have a Facebook page, Instagram, tsaka Twitter. So, Soyen Writes.
Yes.
SOYENWRITES. Ayun.
There you go.
So, thank you everyone.
Yes, thank you very as much. Or thank you
Thank
also.
you, Jake. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you very
having
much.
me. Thank you.
So guys, if you want to check
I
out,
really enjoyed it.
yes, me too. It was super worth it. And yeah, also I
Lovely
forgot.
poem.
I totally forgot, but this was a rescheduled. This was a rescheduled episode. Pero super sakto kasi day before Valentine, so super worth it you wait. But yeah, guys, if you want to check out Soyen, her link is right there down below. So at Soyen Writes. For me naman, you guys know the drill by now. If you want to follow me on IG for the podcast account, it is at joat.pod.delro. So once again, it is at joat.pod.delro. For the personal naman, it is at Jake_Delro. On Facebook naman, it is facebook.com/joat.pod.delro. So it's similar to my IG. Or if you just want to search it on the search tab, it is Jake of all trades with Delro. This podcast can be streamed, televised, viewed, and listened to on the following platforms: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Radio Public, Breaker, YouTube, and on Facebook Live. So, with all that good stuff finally out of the way, we finally reached the end of this very long but very fruitful episode. So, thank you very much again, Soyen, for hopping onto the show and giving us knowledge, poetry, bars, proses, and philosophical facts. There you go.
Thank you everyone. Thank you din for having me.
So, with that out of the way, that's a wrap, y'all. Thank you for tuning in today, mga Del Bros, sisters, singles, mga magjowa. This has been your one and only JOAT. She is your one and only Soyen Writes. And we are both signing out. Hanggang sa susunod na usapan at chikahan. See ya. And in 1 hour and 12 minutes, happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's.
Bye, everyone.
Oh.